Hello friends, and welcome to Mysterious Lost. In this video, we will talk about mysterious disappearances near Grand Teton National Park. We'll talk about some tragedies and disappearances that happen near Grand Teton National Park, especially ones that happened so quickly. Maybe the person who was hurt didn't even know what happened. 1. Cian McLaughlin. McLaughlin was last seen on June 8, 2021, at the Lupine Meadows Trailhead in Grand Teton National Park. He was on a solo backpacking trip and was carrying a red Apple Watch, a red iPhone 12 mini, gold wire-rimmed sunglasses, a silver U-shaped pendant, and a white t-shirt. A search was launched for McLaughlin, but he was not found. The search was called off after 10 days, but it was later resumed. In February 2022, a woman was banned from Grand Teton National Park for providing false information about McLaughlin's whereabouts. The woman had told investigators that she had seen McLaughlin on the day he disappeared, but her story was later determined to be false. In March 2022, the National Park Service released a statement saying that they believe McLaughlin most likely fell and died in the park. The statement said that there was no evidence of foul play and that the terrain in the area where McLaughlin was last seen is very rugged and unforgiving. The search for McLaughlin is still ongoing, but it is now considered a recovery mission. There are some of the theories that have been proposed about what happened to McLaughlin. He may have fallen and died in the park. Another said he may have been injured and unable to get back to his campsite. Or he may have been abducted by someone. Or he may have simply decided to leave the park and not tell anyone. It is still too early to say what happened to McLaughlin, but the investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information about his whereabouts is asked to contact the National Park Service at 307-739-3300. Second case, Robert Lowery. Robert Lowery was last seen on September 23, 2022, at the Lupine Meadows Trailhead in Grand Teton National Park. He was on a solo backpacking trip and was carrying a red Apple Watch, a red iPhone 12 mini, gold wire-rimmed sunglasses, a silver U-shaped pendant, and a white t-shirt. A search was launched for Lowery, but he was not found. The search was called off after 10 days, but it was later resumed. In February 2023, the National Park Service released a statement saying that they believe Lowery most likely fell and died in the park. The statement said that there was no evidence of foul play and that the terrain in the area where Lowery was last seen is very rugged and unforgiving. The search for Lowery is still ongoing, but it's now considered a recovery mission. Some of the theories that have been proposed about what happened to Lowery. He may have fallen and died in the park. He may have been injured and unable to get back to his campsite. He may have been abducted by someone. He may have simply decided to leave the park and not tell anyone. It is still too early to say what happened to Lowery, but the investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information about his whereabouts is asked to contact the National Park Service at 307-739-3300. In addition to the information provided above, here are some other details about the investigation. Lowery's family has offered a $10,000 reward for information leading to his whereabouts. The National Park Service has used a variety of resources in the search for Lowery, including helicopters, dogs, and ground crews. The search has been hampered by the difficult terrain and the weather conditions in the park. The National Park Service has said that they will continue to search for Lowery until he is found. 3. Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito and her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, set out on a cross-country road trip in July 2021. They documented their journey on social media, and their followers grew to thousands. On August 25, 2021, Petito's family reported her missing after she had not been heard from for several days. Laundrie returned home to Florida alone on September 1st and refused to cooperate with police. The FBI and law enforcement agencies from multiple states searched for Petito. On September 19, 2021, her body was found in the Grand Teton National Forest, about 8 miles from Grand Teton National Park. The Teton County coroner ruled Petito's death a homicide, and the cause of death was strangulation. Laundrie went missing on September 17, 2021. His remains were found in the Carlton Reserve in Florida on October 20, 2021. A medical examiner ruled his death a suicide by a gunshot wound to the head. The FBI concluded that Laundrie killed Petito. They found no evidence that anyone else was involved in her death. The Gabby Petito case captured the attention of the world and sparked a national conversation about domestic violence. Her death has led to changes in law enforcement policies and procedures, and it has raised awareness of the issue of missing and murdered Indigenous women. The Petito family has created the Gabby Petito Foundation to help other families of missing persons. The foundation provides financial assistance for search and rescue efforts, and it also works to raise awareness about domestic violence. The Gabby Petito case is a tragedy, but it has also brought about positive change. Her story has inspired people to come together to help others, and it has raised awareness of important issues like domestic violence and missing persons. Number 4. Jonghyon Won. He was last seen hiking in the Grand Teton National Park on September 17, 2017. He was reported missing by his wife, who had been hiking with him but had become separated from him. Won was reportedly wearing a blue jacket, jeans, and hiking boots. He is 5 to 7 inches tall and weighs 121 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes. A search was launched for Won, but he has not been found. The search has been hampered by bad weather and difficult terrain. The National Park Service is asking anyone with information about Won's whereabouts to contact them. Won was hiking with his wife, who had been hiking with him but had become separated from him. He was reportedly wearing a blue jacket, jeans, and hiking boots. He is 5 to 7 inches tall and weighs 121 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes. A search was launched for Won, but he has not been found. The search has been hampered by bad weather and difficult terrain. The National Park Service is asking anyone with information about Won's whereabouts to contact them. If you have any information about Jonghyon Won, please contact the National Park Service at 928-638-7800. The National Park Service is offering a reward of up to $10,000 for information leading to the recovery of Jonghyon Won. Number 5. Jared Hembree. Another man from Texas was found in Grand Teton National Park. Jared Hembree, who was 26 years old, was from Cibolo. He was reported missing on October 21, 2021, about 25 miles northwest of San Antonio. 3 days later, on October 24th, his body was found uphill in the eastern part of the park, or just southeast of the town of Morin. More than 80 people started looking for Jared after park law enforcement got a call from someone who had met him just outside the park and was worried about him. His car was found at the Game Warden Point parking area in the eastern part of Grand Teton. Several groups, like the Wyoming Highway Patrol and the Civil Air Patrol, helped with the search. The Park Service and Teton County Sheriff's Office are looking into what happened to the person who died in the park and who was searching for them. Send their condolences to the family and friends of Jared Hembree. Case number 6. Kylen Schulte. Kylen Schulte and her wife, Crystal Turner, were found murdered in their campsite in the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area in Grand Teton National Park on August 18, 2021. They had last been seen alive 5 days earlier. The Grand County Sheriff's Office named Adam Pinkasiewicz as a suspect in the case in May 2022. Pinkusiewicz was a former employee at a McDonald's in Moab, where Turner worked. He died by suicide in September 2021. Investigators believe that Pinkusiewicz killed Schulte and Turner after they had a dispute with him at the Moonflower Community Co-op in Moab. Pinkusiewicz had a history of violence, and he had been accused of threatening Schulte and Turner in the past. The case against Pinkusiewicz is circumstantial, but investigators believe that they have enough evidence to charge him with murder if he were alive. The case is now considered closed. The murders of Kylen Schulte and Crystal Turner have raised concerns about safety for women in the outdoors. The couple was young, experienced hikers who were camping in a popular area. Their deaths have shaken the community and led to calls for more action to protect women in the outdoors. The families of Kylen Schulte and Crystal Turner are still grieving their loss. They have created a foundation in their names to raise awareness about violence against women and to support other families who have lost loved ones to violence. The murders of Kylen Schulte and Crystal Turner are a tragedy. They are a reminder that violence against women is a serious problem and that it can happen anywhere, even in the outdoors. It is important to take steps to stay safe and to be aware of the risks. Jonghyon Won races and play fantasy football. Thank you for watching this video about missing people in national parks. These cases are often tragic and mysterious, and it is important to remember the families and friends of those who have gone missing. If you have any information about a missing person, please contact the National Park Service or your local law enforcement agency. If you see something, say something. Report any suspicious activity to a park ranger or law enforcement officer. We hope that this video has raised awareness about the issue of missing people in national parks. Together we can help to keep our parks safe for everyone.